G'day guys, Peter from Team Low Range 4x4 here, and this is my final review of this set of KM3s, and I'm going to tell you why right now. So, 65,000 kilometers doesn't sound like a great deal of Ks for a modern tyre, and you'd be right. You see, I had a different use case for these particular mud terrains than most people probably would be using them for, and one was to try and replicate a all-terrain sort of run pattern with a mud terrain, and of course that hasn't worked out 100% for me. Now I'm going to explain the reasons why by going straight to the back of the vehicle and showing you exactly what has gone wrong. So what's actually happened here is that my mechanic has been telling me that he's been rotating my tires, and that is designed to prolong wear from the bias of the actual two-wheel drive system when you're driving on the highway. Mostly this vehicle runs in rear-wheel drive, and of course the right-hand rear wheel does most of the work. That's just how the vehicle is constructed. So what I've actually discovered is that the tyre on the right hand side rear has been wearing a lot quicker than the rest of the three tyres, which has led me to this 65,000 K mark where I'm having to look to replace these tyres. So the lesson really here is you're trying to get the maximum amount out of your tyres, is that you've got to quite diligently, which I have not, been making sure that the tyres are being rotating. You'll do yourself if you can. And that way you avoid excessive wear. So here's the elephant in the room. I bought these tyres to go off-road. However, life gets in the way, and life has got in the way for the past 3 years. So I can't complain about the tyres' off-road performance from what I've experienced. But how has their on-road performance influenced my decision to move forward here? So 65,000 Ks, not a great deal. Partly can be blamed on myself not making sure the tyres were rotated properly. So, how are they performing on road at this mark? Well, they're bloody noisy. Like, they're really deafening to the point where if you're on a really long drive, let's say more than 2 hours, earplugs, headphones, whatever you need to drown out the low frequencies that you get from, the fact that the tire blocks are worn down and the air is getting compressed, and that makes a ton of noise. Really does. However, their grip doesn't seem to have diminished at all. They still feel very sure-footed on the tarmac. I particularly found it very interesting when I first purchased these tires that they were quite quiet, and I didn't notice too much difference between the all-terrain and the mud terrain in their performance on a bitumen surface. Now, of course, it's obvious that you don't buy an off-road focused tyre just to drive on the bitumen. However, the circumstances I found myself in was the fact that I had to do a lot more driving on the road than I wanted to do over this period of time. So with the little bit of knowledge that I have gained off-road over the past 3 years, I would definitely recommend the BF Goodridge KM3s, just even if you had to do a regular dirt trail. They just feel so sure-footed. And when you have to drive on the bitumen, they're not a bad compromise. As long as you can put up with the fact that as you go and add a few more Ks to them, they start to gradually get louder and louder and louder and louder, to the point where I'm at the 65,000 K mark, where they're just a little bit overwhelming, I could say that. And to be honest, a lot of my trains are going to be in that same sort of category once they start to wear out. So what else can I say about the BF Goodridge KM3s? Okay guys, look, I don't really want to add anything else about these tyres here, because I feel like at the end of the day, my limited experience off-road, my limited experience with these tyres generally, thanks to the 65,000 K mark, I'm not interested in, scripting things out and finding what other people say and what the company has to say. These are my experiences. The video footage you see is my experiences off-road, obstacles I've seen, what I've done. Yes, you might have seen some of this footage before, but that's pretty much all the opportunities I've had to go out in the past 3 years to actually go off-roading. And to be honest, in those limited experiences that I've had, they've been fantastic off-road. I don't think I would have had the same confidence off-road with these tyres if I was running, an all-terrain or something else. Like the BF Goodridge has been a fantastic mud terrain for me. So I'm Peter from Team Low Range 4x4. Please give this video a like and share. There are plenty of other videos we've got on here. I am just recovering from COVID, as you probably can hear my voice going all over the stuff. It's just very hard to get consistency at this moment in time. So I will appreciate your support. Thank you very much.